YouTube, Glow Yard Gang, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, combat sports and entertainment fans all around the globe. Welcome to another episode of We Talk Combats, where we talk about all things WWE and beyond. If you don't know, my name is King. Welcome. I'm going to introduce my co-hosts one by one. Travis, what's up, bro? How are you today?
I'm feeling good, bro. How are you?
I could be better, but we'll talk about it once the show begins. What up, Queen Babe? How you feeling today, babe?
I'm feeling good. It's a good Sunday. You know, got some bad news today, but we'll talk about it later in the show.
Justin, bro, how you feeling?
I'm good, man. Good, man. Ready to release on this show.
Oh, man. Pause. Yes, sir. And Dev, bro, how you feeling today, bro?
I'm back.
Hey.
Welcome back, Dev.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
All right, but if you're new to the channel or new around here, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button somewhere towards Devon's left shoulder. And also hit that like button while you're at it. Share and do all kind of things. You're listening to the best WWE review show on YouTube and wherever else you listen to us. So let's get right to the show, guys. If you don't know, we start the show usually with our highs and lows of the WWE week. And let's get right into it. All right, Josh. So if you didn't know, we had a nice little week here of WWE events. Let's start off with Raw, I guess, first across the board. Give our reviews and give your letter grade as well, Travis. Start with you, bro. What did you think about Raw this week?
I felt like Raw was basically okay again for this week. But the fact that I would say the promos led the whole week for Raw for this week. None of the matches really wowed me except for, which is shocking, the tag team match. But at the overall for a letter grade, really, I give Raw basically a C-.
Okay. All right, Queen. What you thinking about Raw?
So, not to just piggyback off of what, Roro said, I do feel like this week was actually a lot better than last week. I'm kind of excited for a little bit of the story development now. It seems like we're getting a little bit of speed, we're getting a little bit of action. So now it's not as boring as the promos that they were running in the past few weeks. So yeah, it was awesome. I'd say my highs were probably Chad Gable and Penta. I thought that was an awesome ending to that match. Actually, I think that was my favorite thing I saw at Raw this week. So my lows, probably, the guy with the pink headband.
Oh man, your favorite part? Your favorite? Yeah, her favorite part is the botch. Her favorite part is Chad Gable getting injured. She was laughing and all. She's a bad
I watched it over a few times.
All right, Dave, bro, what you thinking about? Go ahead, Trav. What have you got something to say?
I was saying, how people say if he got hurt, he wrestled again this Monday.
I know. I mean, not that.
That's great. They ain't that hurt yet.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dad. What you thinking about, bro?
Yeah, actually, for that match, I'm not gonna lie, that was scary to me because I don't know. From what I saw, it looked like Chad positioned his head wrong, but it's probably the most exciting moment that I've ever seen from Penta so far in WWE. So I guess I'll take that as a slight win. We wish the best for Chad with his face recovering. Hopefully, nothing too serious came from it. But I thought it was pretty decent.
All right, what's your letter grade?
I'm still going to stick with about a 5.
Ooh, what a letter. That's a number.
Oh, letter. I'm sorry. You said letter. I'm sorry. Well, I'm gonna stick with a D. Pause.
Okay. Justin, what's your overall opinion?
I forgot to give you a grade. I never gave you a grade for mine. I'll actually give it. I'll give it a C-.
C-. Okay. Justin.
Yep.
Well, looks like your consensus is about a C and a D. I'm going to have to continue that. Let's go with a C- overall. With the trio of Rollins, the Rollins trio, I don't know. The Heyman 3, whatever they want to call themselves. We need a name. The fact that we ain't got a name is problematic in itself. them I guess Rollins and Heyman understanding or laying down what they're about. They're about power. They're about trying to take over everything, which is obvious, but it was good for us to hear that, so we can at least have their own, I guess, mission statement, if you want. Like, why are you guys coming together? What are you trying to do? So I got that. So I'm glad I got that. The Money in the Bank match was cool. Even with the botch, it was still a great match. All three of these guys performed very, very well, and I think the botch was due to Chad Gable pause and his head size. You know that dude got a big
I do
human head,
agree.
man, and it might have saved him from his own damn injury, to be honest with you. But we clearly see when that Rusev match, what that was going to be about. Clearly, it was going to be just the domination. But I am happy for Sheamus and what he's going to come out and do. So I like Sheamus and I like Rusev going toe to toe for a little bit. Hopefully, they can take that for about a month or so. I don't need too much of it, but I like to see them go at it. The tag team match, the triple tag team, that was absolutely garbage. Sorry, New Day. I really wish y'all would do a little bit better with that whole, just the whole division. Just get the tag team belts to the other two in the Rollins trio, and I'll be happy. Just let them have the tag team belts and stand there for a little bit, and I'll be okay with that. And the big match, the Money in the Bank match, that was cool. I knew clearly, Rollins was going to win that match, but how I liked it. I enjoyed it. I like the Judgment Day. I like their angle. I like Liv coming back. I like her match. I like the fact that Raquel was the one that was being held accountable in one of the closed segments. And once again, Dom was getting a whole bunch of chicken nuggets with no sauce. But the Judgment Day is fun now. It's entertaining once again with the whole situation, and Finn Balor seemed to be plucking at the strings of this at the whole thing. So, like I said, but all in all, it kept my attention, yes, but just barely. Shout out to Jey Uso and Gunther in their promo, but C minus.
Okay. I really don't have anything to disagree on. The whole Raw lineup, nothing was really so. I thought it was all okay, like except for the tag team match. I thought the tag team match was just trash, like you said. Like the New Day may be over the hill, and I don't want to knock my guys because you feel me. They're one of the greatest tag teams of all time and all that. Like they're brothers, I know, but this ain't working. And yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with them if they do drop the title again. So I don't know. We knew Rusev and them. That was just to introduce the Sheamus and Rusev like beef. I'm interested to see if they do a squash with Rusev on Sheamus, or if Sheamus actually gets some victories. I hope he does with that whole situation. Like you said, with the trio or the Bronze and Seth Rollins or whatever, Brunson, Braun, Breaker, and Seth Rollins. I told you I was kind of over him already. I don't think everything. Sometimes you have hiccups, and everything Paul Heyman touches isn't gold. We saw Curtis Axel before. Remember, he was a Heyman guy for a second. That didn't work. Like Heyman, he's going to hit more than miss, but I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know. Seth Rollins needs to really change his character. I really think that's the situation. He's not. So with that being said, they need a, like you said, a theme, a name, that type of thing. That hasn't even happened yet. So who knows what's going to happen with that. I knew Seth was going to win the match. I knew Penta was going to win his match, but it was like entertaining, I guess. But nothing really stood out. I didn't really need to watch this episode. I don't really have to watch this episode again. So I'm going to give it a C. Simple as that. All right, Joe. Let's move on. Let's go on reverse pause. Smackdown. Justin, let's go with your review first, bro. What did you think about Smackdown? What's your overall letter grade?
One, I appreciate the update with the matches right there. That does make things a little bit simpler, a little easier. So with the triple, okay, so the intro, right? Okay, so Bianca comes out. That's cool. I feel like that didn't need to be shown. I feel like that could have been one of those things that you do, like when the camera's not rolling, just to support or show love to the wherever you at. In this case, the university in which she went through her ranks from the university that she went to. But that to Naomi, I wish that Naomi part was seen. I don't need to hear that you went to their house. I just show the clip. Just they could have did a nice little cell phone edit clip of her doing it in somebody else's house. It didn't have to be her parents' house, but I get what they was trying to get with that. I would like to see a Brian Pillman Stone Cold Steve Austin future thing when they bust into the house. You know what I'm saying, with the Glock ready. That would be nice. Not necessarily that graphic, but something along those lines. That'd be great. For the ladies to get their little shine on in that field. But then the triple threat match came for the Money in the Bank. That was botchy as hell, Lord. But it made it through. The roll up was slightly convincing. You know, that is a big woman to be rolling up, so I'm okay with the hesitation there. That was okay. I think we're gonna move forward. The Selena Vega, that I didn't even watch that match. I completely zoned out of that match. So somebody else can fill in on that. The other triple threat match with the Money in the Bank match, Carmelo, Jacob. Listen, Solo is a great heel. We just want to start putting him in that category of greatness, because his comedic timing for a lot of things that he's doing is great. So I thoroughly enjoy what's happening, what's being at play here. So I'm mad that Carmelo lost, but I knew Jacob wasn't going to win. So that was that. I wish they would have chose Carmelo over Charlotte
Andrade.
X. Right.
Andrade.
I think that was love, because we know what Charlotte did to the homeboy. So they say, look, let me give you a little bump right there. You know what I'm saying? We understand what you went through, my guy. But yeah, and it led to the last match, Cody, the last segment, Cody and John Cena. John Cena, once again, we talked about it on the group chat. And King brought it up, and I definitely came through. It's like John Cena does a great job of telling the truth in a comedic way, in a sense, in a promo way, and it goes over. And what he did to them too, although he lied a little bit too, he didn't necessarily tell the full truth. No one was there to see Logan Paul, because no one knew Logan Paul was going to be there. That was not the billing, so Logan Paul was not necessarily built to be there. But it was great. It was great the fact that they both came out there. It was great that it was a little too much yeeting. You gotta calm down on the yeets. I didn't need a yeeting commercial and then coming back and we still yeeting. That's too much yeeting. That's just a little too much. But all in all, great, decent to great show. We're gonna give this a decent and good, I should say. We're gonna give it it's still C plus though.
Okay. All right, Devin, what you thinking, bro?
So just to kind of piggyback off of that a little bit, I don't know if I can be too mad at Cena about Logan Paul. I mean, for all of this, I mean, I guess we just, saw Cena just really wanted to get his peacemaker polish. So we were just, he was just doing what he needed to do.
Great
to get
line by Cody. Great line.
I can't wait to get to this.
So, so I can't be too mad at Cena, and then he's doing his heel push. So I guess knowing that how everybody feels about Logan Paul, that's just another jab at everybody to get them to just dislike him even more, even though I don't really think it's working out too well. I think as much as Cena wants everybody to, follow that heel turn, I think he's becoming more of a stone cold anti-hero kind of character, whether he likes it or not. But as far as I wanted to throw out there for Naomi, I'm actually kind of glad to see her win a little bit. I mean, she's been there forever, and she's only had a few moments of shine, in my opinion. And just even this turn that she has, this new character she has, I think that it, in my opinion, is doing better for her than any of the other attempts that she's had at gaining a personality or her character. So I'm just happy to see her succeed a little bit. I hope that it goes further for her, especially with her being a Fatu. I would have thought that she would have, had more opportunities out there, but I guess we'll have to see where that goes. As far as the Zelina Vega, I'm always a huge fan of Zelina. I just she's just so tiny, so it's really hard to
Shout out to the
believe
tiny
some of the
community.
spots.
Y'all need love too.
Yeah, so I enjoy those chances that she gets out there, but it's just getting harder and harder. I don't think she had that botch with the 619 this time. I don't think, but I think the 619 just needs to be retired altogether by everybody. I just don't, but that's just my own personal opinions about a certain somebody. um and about the I'm sorry, Jacob Fatu. I just want to see him win. That's all I had to say about that. I just want to see him succeed. Solo, I'm glad that Solo's kind of back in the picture. He's not as much of a background character, even though he's still kind of a supportive role. But his just like you said, his comedic timing, all that stuff is kind of standing out a lot more. And I hope that somewhere along the lines there's some sort of plan that gets him back into the spotlight, maybe a championship run. Doesn't have to be, the main title. It could be a tag team title. It could be, intercontinental, whatever the case is, just something. Because I think that he does deserve, a title run somewhere along the lines. But I'm still glad to see Jacob Fatu succeed. Yeah, I mean.
What's
I
your
like that.
what's your overall letter grade, Devon?
I'm actually going to give this one a C+.
C plus. Okay, I like it. Queen, babe, what's your opinion on SmackDown?
So, all right. Well, I guess I'll start with the high points. So, I really did actually enjoy the little, let me back up. So, I do enjoy the development they have on this Naomi Jade, Bianca Belair triangle that they're all involved in. I'm enjoying watching them actually take the time to add to the story. Like, I feel like it is a good story and that it'll actually make, a bunch of good matches out of it. So going back to that, I do feel like Justin was right in regards to that they should have definitely when they did the footage had done it more in like a Brian Pillman style or like even like when Goldust was following around Booker T like all over the place like at the 7-Eleven and then like all that stuff. I definitely think that would add a lot of more humor and entertainment value to their feud. I did think that the roll up was kind of
I'm
messy
sorry, but
with
I'm saying I
Nia
think that was
Jax.
Austin. I think it
Oh,
was
it was
Austin you
Austin.
meant. Austin
Oh,
with
okay.
Booker T. Go
In
ahead.
the
I'm
No,
sorry.
she's
supermarket.
right. That's a
Yeah,
supermarket. They
That
was
was a
yeah,
inside
the
of
supermarket.
something.
supermarket.
No, it
That
was
was
two. It
Austin,
It's
was
a
right?
a
seven.
two moment.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Goldust did it too, but
supermarket
they
No,
is
fought together.
Austin,
and Goldust
and
did it too
Booker.
inside of like a
Yeah, they were in
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. Booker T and
Why am I
Goldust.
not
They were
remembering that?
7-Eleven
Well, you
because that
got
was
me.
during
I'm
the whole
sorry.
time period where he was what is the word? He
I think
was
somebody
Was trying to.
he
That's
was
when he was
acting
trying
very
to be.
the
That's when he was
ethnic.
bar.
trying to Booker T friend. That's
Yes, and
definitely
being
Yeah,
trying to
very
Booker
and
T
he
friend.
had
ethnic.
like the jersey. He had
Yes.
the jersey and stuff on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yes. So yeah,
I'm
as I
sorry. I'm
said,
sorry,
just
babe. You got me.
no, you're fine. Just something that would add a little bit more realism to the arguments. That stuff is always fun. It always sells. It always ends up being the stuff we look back on clips because those are just the funny moments, and they add to the story in ways that obviously we can do in a different way than we do in the match, or do on the floor. Like, so I did enjoy that. To try and like sum it up fast, I spent too much time on that than I wanted to. Jacob Fatu, I'm enjoying watching him grow. I thought Carmelo was hilarious when he was talking to the Miz and telling him like, I don't know why you got yourself out of it. I'm doing this for me, baby. I was like, I loved that because then the Miz is just looking at her like, ooh, and it's like, yeah, you're a jobber, Miz. Sorry. Like, ain't nobody looking for you. Ain't nobody checking for you. John Cena, Cody Rhodes thing is starting to lose some gas to me. I did think he did kind of do some good bites at him and Jey Uso. Just about how they both want to be clones of him, basically, and all that. I thought that was a good little promo. I'm getting a little bit bored of the John Cena heel turn a little bit, so I'm hoping that they find something to make it a little bit more interesting because we kind of know, yeah, everybody did look up to you, John. They are all clones of you, that era. Our age group of people all grew up when you were coming in, so yeah, a lot of people do really want to be you or emulated you to get into wrestling. Now they all have their own distinct personalities, obviously now, but it was just kind of like, all right, well, John, say something we don't know. Like, well, you gotta spice it up, beef it up, beef up the beef, really. But yeah, overall, I actually felt like the SmackDown this week was actually pretty strong. And I'm usually very I go back and forth where usually I do say that I feel like the SmackDown is generally strong and then Raw is the weaker one, but I do feel like the past few weeks that they've been getting a little bit better. So I'll give it a B minus.
Okay. Travis, how you feel, bro?
I got a question real quick.
Okay, Devin.
That Goldust Booker T segment. What wasn't that something that ended up with having like Goldust in the bed with Booker T and somebody else?
I remember.
Yes,
Booker
I
T
believe
I
at
don't
so.
remember.
Yes,
I
I
don't
remember
know.
Yeah,
that
they at the
part.
hotel. He wakes up at the
Okay.
hotel,
But
looks
it was
one
in
way,
the
and I think he
hotel.
looked the other way.
I didn't remember
Okay.
7-Eleven one though, but
No, it was
telling me,
it was
I believe it.
7-Eleven. That was like a
Yeah,
shorter
that's
one
how
though. It wasn't as
I
long
remember
as
that.
that one.
But go ahead, Travis. How you feel about the show?
Okay, to kind of piggyback off y'all guys before me, like what BA said, that Bianca Belair promo would have been good if they did had like Naomi at her house, inside the crib, or even taking a picture outside of the house with a phone or something, putting it on social media. But I was a big fan because I actually watched this guy a lot on NXT, was Javon Evans. Even though to me he really can't talk or anything like that. Like even back with just before he came on, he had that triple threat match with Trick Williams and Over Finley. That on that card, he had the best match with those two. But like I said about Raw, kind of the promos kind of done it for me this week. Also, now I believe also that Zelina match at Alpha 5, they could have got completely. They could have got scratched completely. I'm still trying to figure out the Wyatts. Like, is the Wyatts just there? I guess they'll kind of revamp the tag team division, or are they at least going to get a tag team title shot or anything like that? But other than that, oh yeah, my boy, LA Knight. Well, I don't want to say too much right now because we say that I can say that for the next segment. But the Cody and John Cena face off at the end, that was cool. They each had their little one-liners and everything like that. But overall, I give SmackDown at least a C+.
C+. Okay, I can dig it. All right. So let me see. I'm gonna give SmackDown a C. The same thing as Raw. I feel overall SmackDown is bottom heavy and Raw is top heavy. I think Raw, where the guys at the top, the Seth, the CM Punks, those type of guys, they hold down the show on that side, and on this side, you got the what is it, the United States Championship, those type of guys, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, they have them on that level now. The top of the show is what it is. I'm not mad at John Cena right now because this whole thing is to ruin wrestling. So, excuse me, he's supposed to be against everything you believe that wrestling is. Like, he's supposed to make this a living hell for you. So that's why his reign is like this. I'm perfectly fine with that. Bianca Belair is the truth of the women's division. I love Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. I think Naomi's been one of my favorite women wrestlers of like since she's been in the business. To me, she was like Shelton Benjamin, where Shelton Benjamin was the guy ahead of the time as far as the athletic guy that was always holding things down. But now she's a little older now, and it's great to see her change her personality and actually, like, I think she's legit, like possibly can be the best heel in the women's division. Like, she's that good right now. Her promo was A1. I thought everything she said when she talked about you and your mom being in a wheelchair and then saying I was at your house and all, like, it was just creepy and odd. And it didn't feel like she was like forcing it. It actually felt like you could tell she actually knew Bianca. So it was like, it was cool. I always thought they could have been like a bigger faction than they were. They held them down with that women's tag team championship, but I felt like all three of them could have been together and been heels. They could have been like an evolution for women. I felt like it could have been them and maybe a manager or so. And you had the one that's the face right now of Bianca Belair. You got the top heel, whatever, of what's her name, Naomi. You got Jade, that's the up and coming person, and put another person together. It's been a top. They could all been heels together, something like that. But who knows what they're gonna go with that situation? But I do think Naomi should win a championship. I think we're gonna get into that later on, but we'll see. Naomi should get a push right now. She's really been probably the MVP of the women's division right now on SmackDown. Like, she's changing things around. We thought she was gonna be an afterthought. Like, especially I think me and you, Justin, talked about her possibly hopefully not getting squashed back at WrestleMania. And who would have known she's still involved and she's being an MVP of the storyline. So it was good to see Bianca back. Triple threat match in the qualifying. They didn't want Jacob to win. Okay. I don't know why Carmelo lost, though. I don't understand that at all. I don't know why Andrade won at all as a surprise. Like, I do not get it. Carmelo just won the what is Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He probably hasn't. And like, it's just like being trash afterwards. Like, it doesn't make sense. They did the same thing with Cesaro, I felt like. So I don't know why Carmelo is getting this like in the doghouse right now. I don't know if the ultimate outcome is for him to leave the Miz, and then we'll see what happens from there. He still doesn't win anything after he beats the Miz. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the women's U.S. championship is a joke. I'm not a big Chelsea Green fan. I know people saying, "Oh, she's great," and all that. I can get over that. I'm not a big
waiting for Julia to take it.
Yeah, I'm not a big Zelina Vega fan either. Like I said, I think she got it because of the botch where she actually won that match and she wasn't supposed to win. And I think they actually gave it to her because of that. So that is what it is. And I fucking forget, but John Cena and Cody Rhodes. John Cena is what he is. Cody Rhodes, I wasn't a fan of Dusty Rhodes. It is what it is. I know people, I wasn't a fan of Dusty. Only Rhodes son or Rhodes person in the legacy of line I was a huge fan of. I'm not saying I don't like him personally, but just as a fan, is Dustin. It's Goldust. I thought Dustin was the underrated one, the one that should have got better, the best wrestler out of the bunch. But he didn't get his shine. I'm tired of watching Cody Rhodes come out to the stage and try to be Dusty Rhodes. I already am not a big fan of Dusty Rhodes, so I don't want to see him try to be Dusty Rhodes. I'm tired of Cody Rhodes coming out and being able to curse, though he's supposed to be the like whitest baby face there is on the company, but he's always allowed to say something. Like, it's like, bro, well, you get points because you said a curse word to somebody or something. It's like, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of him being attached to the story. Like, why does Jey Uso's story, like Rikishi said, have to be attached to Cody Rhodes now? Like, I guess we're going to get a title back to Cody because of, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I really do not get why this guy is put right there in the situation. If that's the case, we could have made somebody we're going to talk about in the future a mega star. Like, you can make stars. Why does it have to be him? But it is what it is. That's what he wanted to be. I'm just going to keep booing as long as he's there. All praises to him. But I'm going to give it a C. Overall, like I said, the top I can do without Cody Rhodes. He does not save any shows for me. And everybody in the bottom of the card, like I said, they're holding it down. Everybody else on the picture holding the show down for me. But yeah, I'm going to give it an overall C. So that's my overall opinion. Travis, by the way, what was that brought to us
by the people of Fanatics?
Yes, sir.
This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem them in your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
Shout out to Fanatics. Definitely go there if you're buying any WWE apparel, belts, anything in between. I just want to get over, scan the QR code if you could, or go to the link. It helps out the channel in a big way. But I want to get to the most important part of the show right now, what we really want to talk about, and that's the wrestling tea. So as you folks know, we have a PLE upcoming. Money in the Bank. Seems like we just had one maybe 2 weeks ago. Oh, we did. 1 week ago, actually, now. But let's go over these qualifying matches real quick, y'all, because we have 2 qualifying matches that are going to happen on Raw. So I want to talk about those real quick and get your opinion. We have CM Punk versus AJ Styles versus El Grande Americano as the men's qualifying match. Who do you guys go down the line real quick? Just tell me, who do you think is going to win this match? That's it. Travis, who do you think is going to win this match? And anything special going to happen?
Not anything off the rip right now, but so far I'm thinking CM Punk for the men's, and I want to say Stephanie for the women's.
Okay, so you get both. That's fine. Queen, who do you think is going to win?
So as much as I don't want to say it, I think El Grande is actually going to win for the men's. I just feel like they're trying to do a big storyline push with that. So I feel like they're definitely going to probably go with some sort of like I feel like it's probably gonna be interference, but he gonna probably win. And the women's, I'm thinking Stephanie. They are definitely building her up, as we can see. They're giving her a lot more individual time on camera and stuff like that. So I have the feeling that they're going to build up a revenge thing between her and Liv, like Stephanie and Liv, is what's going to build from this. The other chicks, you don't even matter. Sorry,
So you said Stephanie's gonna win? You say Liv. Liv, I'm sorry.
Stephanie.
Stephanie. Okay. All right, Devin, what do you think?
So I'm just gonna say, well, one, I'm gonna say Wakanda Forever, but I'm gonna, just because CM Punk's doing that pose right now, that's what I did. I'm gonna call CM Punk for this match. I just feel like they are, I don't know, it just feels like they're trying to give him a push. I think they're trying to figure out where they're gonna have him, and I think that somewhere along the lines they're gonna put the strap on him again, pause. But I think this might be his way in. We all know who I feel, who I would root for the women's, but I am a Stephanie fan as well. But I think that her dropping her title is just another way for her to making her way towards another title. And I just really think that push is going to happen pretty soon with her. She's got a lot of momentum behind her, and Liv's already got a title, so I don't think that they're gonna, double up on it. So I'm gonna go with Stephanie for the women's.
Okay, Justin.
CM Punk, because you can't have a Money in the Bank pay-per-view without CM Punk. Not necessarily because of that, but it's a pay-per-view. CM Punk's got to be there some kind of way. And I'm going with Liv.
Okay. I'm gonna go with CM Punk because AJ Styles doesn't need it. He's on his retirement tour almost, and El Grande Americana will be wrestling in the afternoon. As far as being Chad Gable at the what is it? The When Worlds Collide. PLE. So I'm gonna go with CM Punk on that one, and then I'm gonna go with Stephanie as well for the women's because I think Liv just came back and done a movie. She doesn't really need it. She's going through her issue with Dom. Ivy is a throw-in, and Stephanie. I think Stephanie's probably going to win her first championship. Probably going to be the major championship.
I got a question. That screen grab up there almost looks like CM Punk and Gran Americano, two brothers, and AJ Styles is the mom in between and trying to keep him from fighting each other. He's got some experience here, I tell you, man.
let me focus on the next. All right.
There you go.
So take this graphic and include whoever you chose for the male side and the female side, of the men's and the women's, and let me know, who do you think will win the Money in the Bank briefcase for each side. We're gonna start the opposite way. Justin, what you think?
I have Seth Rollins winning.
Okay.
It makes for great TV afterwards. I have a caveat. He will be one of the ones to fail at his cash in whenever he decides to cash it in. And they're going to make Roman be the reason why he fails at it. Next, the latest match, Naomi. It's her time. It's as simple as that. Everyone else got plenty of opportunities. Alexa already won. If I say Liv's there, Liv's already won. And Rhea, they're just going to say Rhea won again. It's Naomi's time.
I'll go ahead, Devin.
I'm gonna agree with Seth, but I'm gonna still stick with Stephanie for the women. I just feel like she's got too much following her right now for them to not do anything with that.
Go ahead, babe. What you thinking?
So I'm thinking Penta for the men's. As I said with El Grande, I think they're building up something between those two. So I want to see where that's going to go. I think that'll end up being something awesome after Money in the Bank. But women, Naomi right now is killing it. She's carrying the women on her shoulders right now, in my opinion. Like the other people, just kind of Naomi, I think, is going to be the last one standing.
All right, Travis, what you thinking, bro?
Okay, I'm gonna say for the women's, I'm gonna go give it to Naomi. And for the men's, I'm going with LA Knight.
There you go.
This is
you go.
This is
Stay with your guy.
Okay.
They'll say I'm sticking with my guy. This is 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row. This match been like 3 years in a row. It's in LA. Like, come on now. Like this match has just been in a match for like this. It's his time. Like that's
tell him, Travis.
Like,
Tell him.
it's too much. Like CM Punk. Like I get it. If I pick CM Punk in there with Seth, I know because of that dynamic, because of the I know that CM Punk has won the match twice. He won the Seth won the match once. So if he wins again, he'll also be like a 2-time winner, a contract and all that stuff. I'm thinking they're gonna like offset each other. Like they're gonna have probably a moment on the ladder. And I think one of the dark horses, which I think is LA Knight, is gonna come in and scoop in the briefcase.
My God.
Hey, you can't spell ladder without LA.
Yep. So, and you said for the ladies, who you said, Travis?
I say Naomi.
Naomi, okay. So for the men's side, I'm gonna go with LA Knight. I think LA Knight gonna win. I saw the little painting behind where LA Knight and Cena doing it too, and you know WWE does with their little storytelling, where they give you subtle hints,
subliminals.
Yep. I think LA Knight is going to win this one. I think what's going to happen is Seth's going to try to win it, but just like Seth's caused CM Punk, kind of like what Travis was saying at the Elimination Chamber, where he stomped him, and then John Cena did the move. I think this time Punk is going to cause Seth from winning a briefcase, and then LA Knight's going to grab it. So, and I think Punk's going to be in the match, obviously. So Punk's going to be in there. He's going to stop him from doing it and take both of them out, and then LA Knight's going to grab the briefcase. On the ladies' side, my heart, it was hoping that Naomi wins. Like I'm like Naomi wins, just like Justin said. Naomi, man, it's your time, go win. But it's Triple H we talking about here, so I'm going with my brain, and I'm going with Stephanie Valkyrie to win the ladies' Money in the Bank ladder match. That's my decision on that one.
I actually completely agree with you as far as because I would love to see Naomi win. I just feel like the direction that they're going in, it feels like it's going to be Stephanie, but I would love to see Naomi win.
Same.
I just think she deserves her flowers.
I agree.
Man. She gonna put caution tape around the briefcase, man. It's time.
Yeah. She's what Owen Hart should have been, right? Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Black one, real the lady Owen Hart.
I like the storytelling with her outfits too, as well. Like how her wig started out originally one color, and then there's razor blades, and now her hair is red. Like there's been a lot of subtle storytelling.
She on one right now
as well. She's cooking. She's taking
right now. It feels like you missed out.
Yes.
Right now, it feels like you missed out on not having her in the bloodline. That's what it looks like right now.
They needed a woman in it. Yeah, that would have
should have been in the bloodline. But let's get to the next match real quick. We have the Women's Intercontinental Championship match between Lyra Valkyria as she defends her championship against Becky Lynch. Travis, what do you think, bro? Who will win this match?
Okay. Now, this is tricky because it's like every time I go against Lyra
wins.
She wins. She's going to win. Well, I'm thinking at some point Becky is going to win this title at some point.
All right, man. Who you got now?
I'll just say
there's only one. One-on-one. Lyra, okay.
Lyra.
All right.
Queen. Who's your choice?
I think they're gonna give it to Becky. They're building up Lyra, and then she's gonna fall down, and then they're gonna have like another little revenge thing, and then Lyra gonna take it back. So I think for Money in the Bank, though, it's gonna be Becky.
All right, Dev, who do you got?
Becky. Her heel turn is too strong right now.
Okay, Justin.
Becky's gonna bring out a darker side in Lyra, so Becky's definitely gonna win this one.
I have Becky finally winning this one too, Travis. I know how you feel, Travis, because every time I think it's like Lyra wins, but I think Becky finally gets it done. All right, y'all. In the main event of the show, we have the tag team match between the World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes taking on the WWE Undisputed Champion John Cena and Logan Paul. Who do you have winning this one, Justin?
I was not prepared, although I know this match was coming. Let's go with Logan Paul and John Cena, man. I can't. I don't even know why yet. I'm vibing with them right now.
Okay.
Why not?
Why not? Devin, who wins this match?
Cena and Paul. I think that Jay and Cody are gonna be
They're too happy,
reluctant. I think that there's just going to be something where some opportunity comes up, and neither Cena or Logan are going to back down from taking that opportunity to win the match. I think they're just all in with whatever they got to do, and I don't think that Jay or Cody are at that level right now.
Okay. Queen Babe, who you think going?
I think it's gonna be John Cena and Logan Paul, just because I just feel like they're trying to create a lot of friction, and that would be the best way to do it. And I think that's gonna drive a wedge between Jay and Cody assisting each other. So yeah, I think it's gonna be Cena and Paul.
Travis, who you got, bro?
I'm gonna go with Cody and Jay, and somehow Cody, not Cody. I'm gonna say Cody. Logan's gonna be the one that catch the L.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Cody and Jay as well, Puz. I think they're gonna win. I think Logan and Cena are gonna have their little clash. I wanted Cena to lose his non-title match at Saturday Night Main Event, especially with the circumstances, but with him winning that one, I think he does. I don't know if he takes the L technically as far as getting the pin, but I think he does take the L here to build up Cody. You know, they're trying to build Cody. Shout out to Cody not taking all of John Cena's fans still. He's supposed to do that, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna go with them. But let's get to the real hot tea of the day, y'all. We're done with that one. If you didn't know, Ron the Truth Killings, known as R-Truth, what's up, was released by WWE, and I'm going to read this tweet. He said, "I'm sorry to inform you all, I just got released by WWE. I want to thank WWE for the ride, but mostly I want to thank each and every one of you who was along for the ride. Thank you for all the love, support, and appreciation you have given me over the years. Thank you." Praying hands, or I guess high five, if you want to say it that way. But yeah. So leave that on the screen, guys. I guess this is just a round table now. You just talk. How you feel, man? Like just give everybody the freedom of saying what they want to say, but what you got to say? I know, Devin, you had something you really want to say. Go ahead.
I'm gonna try to keep it as clean as I can, but I'm not a fan of this at all. I really hope that this is just an angle and they're pushing this to make it like he thinks that today being June 1st is April 1st, and it turns into some sort of April Fool's joke, and they just have everybody kind of following along with the joke. If this is serious, I am truly hoping that the fan base, I hope he gets the CM Punk treatment as far as the fans are concerned. I hope that they cheer for him through every show. I would love to see them harass WWE's social media, because I think that this is an extreme fumble. I don't see any logic to this. Even if I know he's up there in age and everything like that, but I would assume that he would get some sort of, I don't know, Legends deal or something along the lines where he can still be a part of the show, be a part of the product. But to outright release him, I think is a bad move. That's actually one of the guys that I felt that no matter what, it was kind of a, guarantee that he would still be there. Kind of one of those recession-proof kind of, positions. But yeah, I'm not a fan, especially when we got people like Tozawa that's there right now who's getting buried in every match. I don't even know what his purpose is being there other than being an enhancement talent. We just brought Rusev back. Okay, that's nice, but I mean, what's the point? And we got R-Truth, who, the fans are legitimately behind 120%. And I just don't see the logic behind it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got with Justin. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. When you said round table, that's the only reason
anybody.
I
Yeah.
The fact that I'm going to go on the side of this isn't factual, because there was nothing hitting up to it. If you want to say that Cena match was like the send off, I can understand that. But as someone like R-Truth, you can tell when you look at some of these chats and these blogs and things like that. Like, he's getting support from everybody, even people that don't look like us. He is getting support from everybody saying like, "Yo, this can't be real." Like, no, like, he deserves something. He deserves a send off. He deserves a like a farewell tour. Not like Cena. Hell, just like Cena's. Like, we should know that his time is coming to an end in a sense, right?
Yep.
Because he put in that much work. And I just saw when he first came out with Road Dogg, and just took me back all the way to that particular point in time. Like, this dude been around forever. It is, they say 17. It feels longer than that. It feels like since the 90s. I feel like. So he needs to be treated better. And I like I said, I hope and pray that it's just another angle that they're pulling. And I'm going to work. Yes, I'm going to go with that. And just like Devon said, if not, then just keep chanting it randomly throughout the shows. Is just keep saying his name, because it's BS.
Yeah, he's been there off and on since '99.
There you go.
So he started. 99. He started as K Quick. And he was there for about.
That's why it's 17, because he spent time and then came
TNA.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
yeah, what I was gonna say too is what drove me crazy. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. But so let Devin say his point, and he said.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Say it, Evan.
I was just gonna kind of tag on what Justin was saying about his farewell. Cena would have been, in my opinion, a good send-off match if it was Cena. His last match was JC Mateo.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the way for him to go out. I don't care. I don't care, who signed off on it. That is not the way to send this guy out. So I'm sorry. That's all I wanted. That's what I wanted to throw in there.
Joy Queen. I'm sorry.
Oh, all I was going to say was that just got the impression that he would probably go into the production side of things, or become a commentary guy or something like that. Didn't expect that he would get released and then not be put in any other position. So it's just overall very sad. Especially too, because he's going to have 90-day probation, so he won't be able to go to another competitor for 90 days at least.
I'm hoping he has something like involved in it. I'm hoping this is like either he want to just out of nowhere say my contract's expiring and I'm done. Like, I just want to be done because. But it smells a lot of Triple H, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like, you think of Triple H, you think of like R-Truth. He had a non-title match, especially that was going on. Why didn't he get the W? You could have gave him the W on a Saturday night main event.
You could have gave him the W then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could have gave him the W. He lost the one. A attitude adjustment, as you feel me, like everybody else nowadays. When you're in the main event, you take at least two. Everybody take at least two. I don't care if you're on Raw, you take at least two. Pause. But it smells of Triple H as far as that. Like, as far as like Devin said, you could have had that be his last match, his actual send-off with Cena. And they could have been tied 2-2, but then you have him have a match against JC Mateo after that, where he gets squashed, basically. Like, come on, man. Like, this is why it smells of Triple H. So yeah. And then like I had a conversation with Queen not too long ago, maybe a couple of days ago, when we were talking about R-Truth and saying that, hey, he's a guy that's gonna be there forever. Like, I thought R-Truth, no matter what, he had a spot in WWE. He's been loved so much by not only the fans but the actual wrestlers, and I thought backstage. And I'm like, he's going to have a place being a writer, producer, something, whatever he wants to do backstage whenever he's done with this and get in the Hall of Fame and that type of stuff. And to hear like a couple of days later that he's going to be released after his contract is done. So I don't know when his actual like contract is over, because I know he has. They say once it's done, they just didn't renew it. But yeah, they could have did this much better, bro. They could have handled this, but I hope it's a work, bro, because it's ugly. This is again, times Triple H, Carmelo Hayes, bro. Like, I don't get what's going on, man. I don't get it. This is times where I do understand. It's like, why can't we be ourselves on wrestling? It is what it is. Why can't we be ourselves and be the face of wrestling? Why does somebody else have to be the face of wrestling being us? Why do we have to, be a different side to be on the top of wrestling. Like I just don't get it. It's a scripted show. Anybody can be on the top. Shout out to Cody Rhodes. You can make it any way you want it to be, and I just don't get it, bro. So it's just another, I guess, reason why I always thought WWE was racist in a way. So you can love it, you can hate it. That's what it
JR
is.
said himself, it's a white man sport.
It is a white man sport. You got to. I mean, it's like being in NASCAR as a black man, or being, you feel me, like Tiger Woods and golf, and that's a whole different situation.
Or
but
hockey.
Or hockey. You feel me? Like it's a certain color to a sport. It's probably like being a white man in basketball or something like that. You feel me? Like it is what it is. I'm just calling it what it is.
No, you're
and
right.
This sport is what it is. So even since back in the day, the Tony Atlas is just so many guys. Ron, bro, nobody. They know WWE had Ron Simmons. Ron Simmons was the first African American heavyweight champion. The first.
He ain't smell a belt.
They put that guy in what gladiator gear or something like that, and he had to like take that character and make it something with the nation and all, with the Farouk Assad and all that stuff. He's like, what is a Farouk Assad? Like, what is this? But bro, it always been what it is. You got to make it what it is. You can't complain. You feel me? And you got to
Lemon to lemonade.
You got to turn lemon to lemonade, but you get none of that extra push from them. You're gonna get it's always gonna be an extra step on your foot. On your neck.
I'm gonna leave out on this. It's and I like to hear what y'all going to say. In continuation of the spirit of this particular conversation, you know, we talk about Carmelo Hayes and he was that dude in NXT. Like he really, like when you go back in YouTube and stuff, like he really was everything that you want your NXT product to be. He was Gunnar Henderson. He was Jackson Holiday for the Baltimore Orioles baseball analogy. Like, and then when he came up, they give him this Andre the Giant title, and those that know, Andre was considered a R-word. He was a little racy with some of the things he was saying. Kamala then said something about it. Bad News Brown said something about it, and to have that around his neck,
Benjamin Shelton.
It's almost it's a slap in the face of who he is. So I hope that it's just a stepping stone to get somewhere. But to say that you won Andre the Giant, that don't mean nothing. And it's just something to say, hey, we got you something, and just fall back in line. And then to have that around his neck is just it's a slap in the face. That's all I can say about that. So I hope that, like I said, the Ron Killings thing is just a work, and I hope that Carmelo sees better days ahead of him.
Yeah, I think they must have a thing against guys named Ron.
Yeah, they got a problem with yeah. I don't get it, bro. But Justin, you say you out, bro?
Yes.
Appreciate you as always. We're gonna wrap up the show pretty soon, but appreciate you, bro. We'll see you next week.
Hey, and I appreciate this show for tackling. I know. Once you chop this thing up, you know, and everything I hope this goes viral. This is the conversations that shows like this can bring out that other shows are trying to avoid.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's why we stand for this crowd. We the voice of the voices. I always call myself that, at least. Shout out to CM Punk, but also Queen. She has a major job as well. Not only being a woman, but being a black woman, so she can see things from a different aspect. So we hope, to change, or certain folks that may see wrestling a certain way or see wrestling the way we see things. Hope you guys are able to watch wrestling with us, and maybe we can speak about it and be able to put it on a platform I guess the way you feel. But Travis, I'm gonna go back to you, bro. With all that being said, what was that segment there brought to us
by Playback?
Yes, sir.
Thank you to our friends over at Playback for this segment. Pause. If you're tired of the national media and the annoying ways they sometimes cover sports and other events, give the Glow Sun Production channel on Playback a try. We cover new and old school basketball, wrestling, and geek culture. And just recently, we've added boxing, mixed martial arts, anime, and even video gaming. So if you have time in your busy day, give our channel on Playback a look and check out some of our replays while you're at it. Another special shout out to our favorite at Playback. Back to the show.
Shout out to Playback. If you didn't already, go back and check out the replay of She Talks Otaku. She definitely yesterday did do that. Fist of the North Star, one of the legendary animes. If you haven't seen it yet, or if you just wanted to see it again. Other than that, though, Playback, we show everything basketball related. We show, like I said, anime. We do geek, comic book, culture related things. We show baseball. We may even show other like television shows and things like that in the future on Playback. But definitely check us out over there if you haven't already. Now, I guess normally we have I made a new drop and all. We'll call it questions and comments just in case anybody ever want to drop questions and comments. But let's get to the questions and comments, see if anybody say anything. And it looks like we will be having a short show again today. We do have Rel in the building. Shout out to my guy, Rel. Get to his shows and all later. He's the creator of this Glow Sun production channel. So shout out to Rel, our guy. And we have, I guess, what is that? Huck Cottonmouth or HU Cottonmouth Kings.
Cottonmouth Kings, yep.
He says CM Punk and then Stephanie. That's what I'm not mad.
Yeah,
I think a lot of folks would probably say CM Punk as well, but I think LA Knight. I'm gonna go with LA Knight to win it this time. I think LA Knight gonna do it. And
yeah,
that's basically it. Yeah. So if you haven't already and you're new to the show, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button right beside Queen's left shoulder, somewhere over there. Also hit that like button before you leave out the door. It does help out the channel a lot. It gives other people the opportunity to see us on their screen. Also, check us out on the other channels. We have Cuz We Geek, where Rel and Will talk about everything geek culture related. They just did a show, I think, the other day. They do shows Tuesdays and Saturdays now, weekly. Also, check myself and Rel out on Cap and Crown, where we talk about all things new and old school basketball. You probably like it over there if you do love basketball. We're on our way to our next goal of 5K because we're geek helping them out there on our way to the next goal of 500. Also, help us out. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to our goal of 500 subscribers as well. Is there anything else anybody want to say before I go? Or before we get off here?
Nope. I guess next week we got another PLE coming up. So if you're going to want to watch the PLE with them, we do host them in our Discords. So as long as you're subscribed to this channel, then you are able to watch in our Discord.
Yes. Follow the Discord in the description, y'all. Please check out our Discord. Become a member of the Discord. You can have the watch parties for everything WWE related as far as the main roster. We also show some things as far as other combat sports like UFC and boxing from time to time. Shout out to Devon for that. But with all that being said, y'all, it is myself, King. I got my bro Travis with me. I got Devon with me and my baby Queen. Also, shout out to Justin. He had to leave a little bit earlier. But this is the crew of We Talk Combat, where we talk all things combat and combat sports. And we'll be back next week. We out. Peace.